got a little bit of heaven in this lonely world. Got a little bit of heaven on earth when I'm with my girl.
It's time once again for the Ronnie Dove Show from 91.1 WHFC. And now to the studios of WHFC, and here's Ronnie Dove.
Good evening. How are you, Gary?
Oh, I'm busier than a one-legged man in a...
I'm going to steal a phrase from my old friend Ed Sullivan.
Oh, really?
We got a really, really big show tonight.
Yes, we do indeed, and the phones are ringing already, and I haven't been able to get to them. So. We've got a fantastic
Well, I got to tell you
show.
about the phones. You know we talked to Petey and
Yes.
Charlie last week, and they were in the back seat of the car.
Yes.
They're here tonight.
And
we have pictures.
Uh-oh. It's a shame radio's not a visual medium, isn't it?
Nah.
We have who joining us today?
We have Charlie and his lovely wife, Petey Long. Charlie and I do a lot of shows together. Of course, Petey's the director. She's the one that controls the sound. If you make her mad, you're gonna sound bad. 'Cause she has control of the volume of your voice, everything. They're going to be on the show. We have Johnny Tillotson on tonight, too.
And right now, we've got some good music for you, do we not?
I think we do. This is a song that I was requested by someone who is in Tillman Island right at this moment, in the backseat of their car.
Uh-oh.
You couldn't believe how many people are listening from their car tonight. Anyway, we got to do a song for this couple, and I can't remember the names, but they wanted to hear I Thank You For Your Love. This is one I haven't done in years.
I thank you for the wonders of your warm and tender kiss.
That brought back a lot of memories for me because that was a pretty song. I hadn't done it in years, and I might start singing it again.
Well, you sounded very good with it, yeah.
But did you hear the violins and the voices?
I like that. How did you get all them in the back of the car?
It was easy. I took one at a time.
You're listening to the Ronnie Dove Show on 91.1 WHFC, and we have guests in the studio, and we have a guest on the telephone right now.
And that would be Mr. Johnny Tillotson. Hi, Johnny.
Hello, guys. How are you? By the way, I knew, there are ballad singers, and then there's Ronnie Dove, and boy, when he hits those notes, it's beautiful.
Well, you're going to get double pay this week, Johnny.
Gary's right about the fact of the strings. I really believe the live strings really inspired us. I know Ronnie and I have talked to the late Roy Orbison about that in the past, and he said sometime he would want to lower the key a little bit to make it more comfortable, but Fred Foster and Wesley Rose would say, no, they like to hear you go for it, and the strings will be there to cover you, and also, and then when he heard the strings...
You're giving away secrets, Johnny. Now, wait a minute. People are going to think we can't hit those notes.
No. I was going to say, so that they would tell him that so his voice would relax, and then he would hear those strings, and then he would hit it right on the button.
He's inspired. It was great.
For all the listeners listening, as great as recording is today, as everything being perfect and not a glitch and not a bad note and all those things that technology brings, I wish the listeners knew what Ronnie and I experienced when you'd go into the studio and you'd look around you, and there'd be people like Chet Atkins and Grady Martin and Floyd Kramer and the Jordanaires and all the people that have worked on Elvis's things. And there was such an enthusiasm that it wasn't like we're going into
record. It's like going to do a live show.
That's right, and even the expression on each other's face, when it got in that pocket, nobody said words like, "Well, we'll fix this in the mix," or "We'll fix this next month." You did it, and all of a sudden, bam! Everybody knew that was it. And Ronnie, as you and I know, we, being singers and perfectionists, we'd always use these words. Let me do one more. And the next one was never as good as the one that you did that everybody said, wow, that was it.
Well, did you ever use Bill Justice? That's who did.
I sure did.
And, Bill would say, that's a rap, Ronnie. And when he said it was a rap, if it was good enough for him, it was good enough for me. He used to call me one-time Ronnie.
Well, see, that's a real compliment to you, because And that really shows a lot of savvy in a studio, because a producer really doesn't want to go over it anymore. If he's got the feeling, that's it. And of course, Bill Justice, that Ronnie's talking about, that wrote the song called Raunchy, and it was an instrumental, and of course a big smash for him. But he was also a great arranger and producer, and a funny guy to be around.
Okay, Johnny, I got to ask you this.
Yes, sir.
What was your nickname? What was your? He had a nickname for every singer he ever did. What was yours?
Hello. No, that's no.
No. What was your? He had a nickname for you because he would sign the bottom of the arrangement, whatever name.
See, myself and Paul Tannen or Archie Blyer, we did most of the arrangements with Bill McElhenney.
Uh-huh.
So we used him on a couple of things out here, actually.
Yeah, because he did a couple of things out there, but he signed on mine, Little Ricky Rotten.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Well,
he called me Little Ricky Rotten.
Your listeners an idea of how much fun it was to do the stuff.
It was great. It was great. Well, Johnny,
I'm looking forward to this weekend.
I'm picking you up at the airport tomorrow.
You better believe it.
And so everybody meet us at the airport. We're going to be there.
In my life that we're actually packed for, rather than being packed at 2 or 3 in the morning.
What time's your plane get in, John?
That's what I'm going to have. I'm going to have everybody at the airport tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everybody at the airport, sure.
I want everybody lined up with big signs in the window. Welcome, Johnny Tillotson.
Oh, that's
it's going to be.
You know how to make a man feel 6 feet tall.
Around 4:49, I believe.
That's right. I think so.
And so we'll meet you down in the baggage room at like 5 after 5. So everybody bring your little signs and
that dog will hunt.
And that'll get it.
And then we're gonna have a good time that night, and then.
Well, what we're going to do, Johnny, because I haven't talked to you, but I might as well tell you on the air what we're going to do.
Well, sure, I'd like to. We're going to rehearse.
Well, no, we're going to do that first. I'm going to take you out to dinner.
Get out of here.
Fill you up. Take you to the hotel. Check you in. Then we're going over to the recording studio, and the band's going to rehearse your music. Then I'm going to take you back to the hotel. You're going to get some rest. I'm going to get you up at 9 o'clock in the morning, give you breakfast, and we're headed for Petersburg, West Virginia.
I'm looking forward to it. I really am. And we're doing a show that afternoon, you and I, and then I think Billy Joe Royal's coming in that evening, and we'll stick around and catch him.
Well, you and I are going to get up and sing a song with his band.
Well, you know, he was nice enough to record one of the songs I wrote. It keeps right on our hurt.
I know it. In fact, we were going to mention that later on. Thank you for mentioning it.
And y'all were going to mention that?
I was going to mention it.
Well, I'll be darned. Well, I tell you, he and Elvis Presley I actually pitched the Billy Joe Royal song to Nelson Larkin because I had a dream. And the Presley version was not that at all. I had sent him, by way of George Klein, a song that was a hit for me called Dreamy Eyes, because Priscilla has beautiful eyes. And
that was your first one, was it not?
Yeah, my very first one. And he liked that, but he used to wash the tanks over in the Army. I'm sipping iced tea. Hang on. Hang on. Iced tea. Really, trust me. Hang on. This is.
You swallowed the seed, didn't you? But wait a minute. Go ahead, take a breath.
I got it. Anyway, I'll make this one line real short, and then we go to a break.
No. So we're going to play one of your songs if you'll just stop for a moment. But go ahead.
Okay. So anyway, he was shining up those tanks, and he liked to keep right on hurting, and he decided when he did the album from Elvis in Memphis that he would record that. And of course, as you know, he picked all of his own songs. He was really an amazing person for picking songs that, no matter what the song, whether it be rhythm and blues or gospel or country, that he knew would fit him.
Okay, well,
you're a lot like that too.
We're going to play this song now, Johnny.
What was your very first record?
My first record was called Loverboy, which was never a hit for me.
Now, was that on Diamond?
No, that was on Dove Records. That
you mean you started your own record label?
Of course, nobody would put me out, so I started in 1955.
The late Buddy Knox told me that's what we should do. You know,
I recorded a Buddy Knox song also, but that was on Decca called "Party Doll."
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But let's talk about you, and let's talk about your song. It keeps right on hurting.
Okay.
Can we do that for you now?
Sure.
This is Johnny Tillotson, ladies and gentlemen, doing the song. Oh, we're not doing that? See there? No. We're not doing that.
No, we're doing.
We're doing Poetry in Motion.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Okay, we can do that.
Because we have a lot of people that listen to the radio show, and I had them call in for a request. But you're going to be doing it, Keeps Right on Hurting Live, with my show, and then I'm going to have you do it with Billy Joe Royal that night.
Absolutely.
Okay? But this is the number one song that was requested on our show last week, because I told them you were going to be on it.
Thank you.
Poetry in Motion.
When I see my baby, what do I see? Poetry, poetry in motion, poetry in motion, walking by my side, her life.
Whoa, 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 whoa. You just got to sing right along with that, right, Johnny?
Every time I do it.
It's a fun song. I think one reason that the Sheryl Crow song is such a hit is I think there's a need for fun songs. I think that was the whole secret behind the Beach Boys.
Yeah, well, Johnny, hold on a minute, because we're going to go to a break right now, and I'm going to introduce you to a good friend of mine that's going to be doing some shows with us very shortly, and his name is Charlie Long. So take a little break. We'll be right back with Johnny Tillotson and Charlie Long. Rocking now. We have Johnny Tillotson, we have Charlie Long, and his lovely wife Petey, who said she does not want to talk on the air, but I think between you and Gary and myself, Johnny, I think we can get her to say a couple of words.
Why wouldn't she want to talk on the air?
Because she's very, very shy.
Well,
but I mean, when she's in the show, she's wild as hell.
Well, you know what? When you're talking on the radio, you're really not. You should never think about talking on the radio. You're really talking to one person. Like I realize,
like you're talking to me, and I'm talking to you.
A bunch of people, but I'm really talking to you. And if you multiply that by someone listening, there you go.
There you go. But I want to introduce you to Charlie Long, Johnny. You'll meet him very shortly. But his stage name is Charlie L. He does a lot of Elvis, and he even does some Ronnie Dove songs. And I'm going to play one for you in a minute that him and I recorded. I did a recording of it, and then Charlie and I went into the studio and recorded him and I doing the same song. Well, so say hello to Charlie.
Hey,
Charlie L.
Hi, Johnny. How you doing?
Real nice talking to you today.
Oh, this is really a pleasure for me to be talking to you. It's like living in life with a legend.
Oh, well, I appreciate that very, very much.
Yeah, just don't let him anywhere near your steamed crabs, though.
He loves those steamed crabs.
I heard about you and them crabs.
I was saying I did 2 years ago. I did the Blue Crab Festival down in my hometown of Palatka, Florida. And it's there's several ways you cook them, So I had the 3 ways in the combo platter and all that kind of stuff. But I was really excited about doing that, and especially in my hometown, because people come from all over the state. So over the 3-day period, there's about 250,000 people descend on the town, and we do nothing but eat crabs and entertain. And it was. But I'm not sure they're as good as the Chesapeake Baltimore crabs. But I think they're pretty good because it's all on the same coast, right?
Yes. I just told Charlie. I told Charlie.
That's all.
I told Charlie while you were talking. I said, "Don't mention anything because he can do 15 minutes on a crab." And
well, I can't,
you almost did it.
Last night we had dinner at a seafood.
No,
place.
I shouldn't have said nothing.
And crab came up, soft serve crab, and this guest of ours said, "Oh, I don't think I could eat that." And I said, "Have you ever tried it?" He said, "No, I haven't." And I said, "Well,
I didn't really mean for you to do 15 minutes, Johnny."
Something down that you haven't tried at least once and given it maybe 2 times.
Well, okay.
Can I tell my Johnny Tillotson crab
Please
story?
Please do.
I try to embarrass John every.
Was with me and John Pachikian?
Yeah, you and John Pachikian and I, and if you're fine late guitar player. What a nice guy he was.
We think about him daily. When I walk out on the stage, I have my daughter Kelly, who passed away in 91. She's kind of like an angel on one shoulder, and Miss Pachikian's on the other. And we go out there, and and try to spread as much happiness as we can.
And you do it indeed. But the night that I'm speaking of, we all had crabs, and Johnny said to me, Ron, believe this. I believed it. I was naive. He said, I don't know how to pick those. I don't know how to clean those.
I still don't.
So John Pachikian and I ordered a dozen steamed crabs, and JT here ordered the crab cakes.
Uh-huh.
Well, he said he thought they were an appetizer, and as soon as he finished the crab cakes, he said, I think I can do that now.
Well, he watched you. He's a quick learner.
Yes.
I'm not a quick learner. I'm terrible with hand-eye coordination. I will get someone to do it for me.
Son of a gun knocked off three
Will Nancy
of them,
do that
like
for you, or would she?
She could do it. Yeah.
Oh, she
she's
can.
very, now listen. If there's something wrong in the house, for example, she can fix a car. She can fix lights. She can do everything.
I heard she's a heck of a plumber
I'm
too.
I'm rather limited, but I'm a nice guy. What can I tell you?
I think we're married to the same woman, John.
That's right. Could be. I'm just not good at that stuff, you know.
Well, John, I'll tell you what we're going to do right now, okay?
We're going to talk about what we're going to do on the 7th?
No. That's sold out already.
Is it? I wanted a ticket.
Well, you can always
we can
get
you in.
We can get
That's
you in.
That's at the Fontainebleau.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, but you make me sit in the parking lot again.
That's okay.
July the 7th.
That's July the 7th. That's in the afternoon.
That's sold out already?
Yeah. But the reason it's sold out, it only holds 1,000 people.
Well, why don't you do two shows?
Because Johnny's getting in from New York about.
That's right. I'm going to go. We're going to see my brother, who lives now in New York, a block from the UN, and we're going to do everything with Ronnie in Petersburg, West Virginia, and then we're going to go right out and get on the Amtrak and go right into Penn Station, and then.
Oh, come on, JT. You can take a nap on the train.
Yeah, you can take a nap on the train. But anyway, let me get back to...
One show's great. Elvis Presley had a knack. You're not going to believe this, guys, but he always did like this 1 hour. And I've talked to Joe Gershio about this a lot. And they said he didn't look at his watch or anything, but he would know when that hour was, and none of the Memphis Mafia would give him any signals or anything, but he just knew. He'd finish that song, take a bow, and that was it. I thought that was fascinating.
Well, it is fascinating, but
funny, but it's fascinating.
Let's get back to Charlie. You said hello to Charlie, and then you went off with the crab cakes. Then you went off with Elvis.
Well, that was my fault.
No, that's okay. But anyway, I wanted you to listen to Charlie and I do a song that means a lot to me, and also Charlie, because he's been in Baltimore all his life, and of course you know about the Chesapeake Bay and where the crabs come from.
Yes,
this is a song that I wrote with a good friend of mine, Billy Earl Chapman, and it's quite a song around Maryland. It's called Save the Bay, and Charlie was kind enough to go in the studio and sing it with me. So here are Charlie L. and Ronnie Dove doing Save the Bay.
From the Susquehanna River, northeast of Baltimore, she's flowing with her back against the wall.
Hey, that's great, guys.
What do you think of that?
From the heart, isn't it?
It's a good song. And,
that's really from the heart.
Yeah, well, that was a song that when fish were dying and we had no idea what was going on in our Chesapeake Bay, so they finally found out what it was. But we wrote the song when they were showing the dead fish.
Is that all that Fisteria stuff?
Yes, that's what it was. And
well, I'll tell you something. When you feel passionate about a subject and you can use music, whether it be about the environment or the beauty of your city or the beauty of your nation or the way we were savagely attacked, music can do an awful lot to communicate feelings and unify people.
Oh, it sure does.
And here I am way out here in California, and see, I've seen the Chesapeake Bay so much, I'm not like a foreigner to it.
Oh,
so
no.
As you sang about it, I could see it. And I was very, very impressed.
In fact, we even cut a video on that, and it turned out wonderfully. So when you're up here, I want to give you one.
I'd love that. Yeah. I'd love that.
But anyway, let's get back to Charlie and
Charlie. Wonderful job, by the way.
Well, thank you very much, Johnny.
Really wonderful job. I like both of you guys sing from the heart, and that's really what it's all about, is communicating.
Maybe
and,
that's...
y'all don't know this, and I'm not saying this because I'm on the show. I've said this from the get-go. I would probably say, and people would argue with me, but I'm probably Ronnie Duff's biggest fan due to the fact of he has something that there's not a lot of today. It seems to be coming back around, and that is a sound. Like Brad Paisley has a sound, Travis Tritt. It's getting back to a sound.
Yeah, but everybody don't sound like Merle Haggard now.
Oh, that's right. But
Yeah,
Merle, Merle and Lefty Frizzell, boy, they really said a lot. And Presley, of course. And the minute you hear a note from Ronnie Duff, you know that's him. And then as far as an entertainer, I've never seen anyone really that is more fun to watch and more spontaneous. And I've always said, and I'm not making this up, but when I think of Baltimore...
But you're doing good. Keep it up, Johnny. You're doing real good. Don't stop now.
I always think of a couple of things, and some people may laugh at this, but see, I know some of these people in such a special way. I always think, of course, I think of Ronnie. I also think of, to me, a treasure, because we got a chance to know her on such a personal level. Miss Blaze Starr, which of course she did the great movie with Paula Newman.
Yeah, that was great.
And then our fans that Ronnie and I have been so fortunate to have, that have been so loyal. I mean, we used to bring our records to Buddy Dean and Johnny Dark and all these guys in Baltimore to break the record, and then that afternoon run over to Washington and see all the guys there.
Yep.
And if it started in those two areas, we kind of knew we had a chance. But so we have wonderful memories, and I want to thank all of the listeners for supporting Ronnie and I through our journey through life. Because
Johnny, you have a lot of people waiting to see you. They love you in Baltimore. They love your sound. They love you. They love your songs. And they just can't wait to see you.
Right back at you.
All right, buddy. Well, look, we're going to do one more now. This is a song called Talk Back Trembling. Did you write that?
No, this is a very important song, though, because Cadence Records, the Everlys had gone to Warner's, and Andy Williams had gone to Columbia, and Archie had a lot of success with the first family satirical album on the Kennedy White House, and with Von Meter. And MGM made an offer to us, and where I would retain all of my masters and get to produce all the records, and they would buy them from me. And that was exciting because they had done that deal for my friend Ray Charles. So,
by the way, not to change the subject.
You can go ahead and change the subject.
But you are going to bring some CDs and pictures, because everybody says, "Oh, I want to get that song by Johnny. I want to get this song by Johnny."
We have a CD that is all of the originals, not remakes, the original 25 greatest hits. And the booklet is really cool because it shows my first appearance on the Grand Ole Opry, when I was trying to get, just like you made your own record company, I was trying to get on Hickory Records, and Ernest Ashworth had tried to get a hit record, and to no luck. And John D. Loudermilk had written this song called Talk Back Trembling Lips.
Oh, that's who wrote it. That was my question.
And he also wrote Then You Could Tell Me Goodbye, and so many Ebony Eyes for the Everlys. I mean, he's just a writer. He's just a great writer. So
let's
this
play
song was way out in left field, so nobody wanted to do it. And I heard Ralph Embry play it on his all night show. And when I went to MGM, I said, I'm going to record that. And it went to I don't know where it went, but it paid all the advances.
I can tell you right now, Johnny, I got the book right here in front of me.
Where did it go?
It went to number 2. It was on the charts for 13 weeks.
It done good.
It done real good. And that was on MGM.
MGM,
in fact, the record number is 13181. Did you hear what I said?
No.
The number of the record is 13181. You'll see it on eBay next week.
You are clairvoyant. No, you're Ronnie Duff.
There you go. Well, listen, let's play it because we're going to take some phone calls, and we have to say goodbye to you right now. But I'll see you tomorrow.
You're dropping me like third period French, son.
No, we got to take some phone calls. We only have an hour show, Johnny, so we've got to get some calls in.
Well, I missed you, man. I
love you, buddy.
You guys, and tell everybody we'll look forward to seeing them, and I look forward. We'll have a great celebration of the 4th. All those days around it.
Okay, pal. I love you, and
love you too, pal.
Here it is. Talk back, trembling lips.
Talk back, trembling lips, shaky legs. Don't just stand there. Heart, don't let her know that you're breaking into.
That was Johnny Tillotson with one of my favorite hits, Talk Back, Trembling Lips.
I like it too.
Yeah. Are we going to do a little break right now?
We have to do a little business.
Well, let's take one, and then we'll come back and we'll get to talk a little bit.
We're back.
Yeah, we're back. Listen, you know that the Our Place that we just heard?
Yeah.
We had John Tucker. He was on our show last week with us. And, of course, Charlie works there and Petey works now. You know, Charlie is
So
like,
where are my steamed shrimp?
We're going to give them. In fact, John said he would bring you up a whole bowl, a box of them. But anyway, you know, Charlie has his backbone behind him without these two ladies, both of us would be in deep trouble. Marty makes sure that I have everything coordinated, everything's direct. She makes sure that I have my show list. She makes sure that we have a list for where we're going to be for the next month or so.
All your I's are crossed and your T's are dotted.
She does everything perfectly. If she makes a mistake, she does it all over again. And this young lady is the same way because she takes care of my good friend Charlie, L. And she's here with us. And in fact, for the last few years, Petey and Charlie were our music for our cruises. And we're going to have them on this cruise this year. They're going to go with us. But, you know, Becky, you met Becky for the first time this year, right?
I haven't met her yet.
Oh, you talked to her on the phone, yeah. Mm-hmm. And she's a super lady. Not only does she have our cruise going, but she's got a whole lot of other cruises. And, of course, you can... tell them how to get a hold of her.
Well, if you want to get a hold of her, you go to cruiseanchor.com, and she gives you a list of anywhere you want to go and stuff. You call her or email her, and she'll give you the pricing right back to you.
All right.
She's really quick, and she's very sweet.
She's got a nice webpage, too.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. And also we have another friend that's going on the cruise, Daryl Taylor. She has an email address, I believe. Why don't you give him that one?
You can go to darri333@aol.com. That's how you can email Daryl. If you don't have a pen and paper, if you're sitting in your car listening to this radio station,
like you guys did last week,
you can always go to ronniedove.com and get all the information you need about the cruise.
Hey, we do the best we can here, Petey.
Yeah,
but you know, obviously the signal's carrying well tonight because Sue's on the line from Columbia, South Carolina.
Well, great. Hey, Sue, are you picking us up loud and clear in South Carolina? You must be in Columbia, is that right?
I must be.
Well, bless your heart. How are you doing down there?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
We're doing wonderful. We got Charlie Long here. Charlie L. I keep calling him Charlie Long. His lovely wife, Petey. And, of course, Gary Helton, my boss. Yeah, he shows me how to do all these things.
I want to raise.
Yeah? You don't know how, huh?
How you doing, darling?
I'm doing fine.
You got to get up here and see us sometime.
I know. I got to get up there.
I know Jim keeps telling me he's going to book me down there, but I've been waiting.
Well, you know how it is in South Carolina. They don't have much money down here.
Sure that you're there, aren't you?
Yeah, right. That's for sure.
Well, we certainly appreciate you calling, honey. We're going to do a little song for you here in a couple of minutes, and
okay.
And then we're going to talk to some other folks.
Okay, baby.
I love you, baby. Thanks for calling
love
from
you.
Columbia, South Carolina. Bye, Sue.
Wow, was she really in Columbia, South Carolina, or was she pulling my...
No.
Was she pulling my lariat?
Now, you know how they found out about this? They punched up my webpage, and they know what time the radio show is.
Well, see, we would be on the internet streaming this if it weren't for the copyright ruling a couple of weeks ago.
I know. I was talking to some people about that today.
Shot us right out of the game there.
They could have picked us up all over the country.
All over the planet.
But they've seen it on my webpage, or on my, I guess it is my webpage,
Yeah,
right?
the world could have been your oyster.
Could have been my oyster. But anyway, it is here. We have a lot of friends.
And we have a song for Petey, I think.
Yes, please do this for Petey because she's so sweet.
With your hair on the pillow, spread around you like a halo.
Okay, that was for you, Petey.
That's an ornery little song, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why Petey likes it, I think. But you know what?
I like what Elvis used to say to a pretty girl who smelled good. What you got on? Your mind?
I have another. Then when they ask me what do I have on, smell good, I tell them.
We know what that is.
Yes, but let's leave it alone. Anyway, Charlie, you've now that I've sang a song for your lovely wife, and you got to sing one for Marty now.
Yeah, I'm going to send this song out to Marty's lovely wife.
No, Ronnie's lovely wife, not Marty's lovely wife.
I'm going to send it out to
Why don't we send it out to Johnny's lovely wife?
Well, send it out to Johnny's
no. I want to do it for Marty.
I don't know about all this singing songs to our wives, though, but Marty does like this song, and the reason why they call me Charlie L, you'll hear that on this song here.
And what's the name of it?
It's called I Can't Help Falling in Love.
There you go.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Wise men say.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful, Charlie. You did a marvelous job on that song.
Well, thank you, Ronnie.
You know what we're going to do now? We didn't take any calls because...
Wonder why.
Before you get Johnny started, man, he don't stop, does he? Anyway, let's give out the phone number, and if anybody wants to call in real quick, we only have a few minutes left. The number is 410-836-2358. So give us a call if you want to talk to Charlie or to me real quick, because you got a show coming up very shortly this next week. Where are you going to be? Come on, tell them.
Well, we got a private party on the 4th
No private.
Oh, no private.
People can't go to that. Where are you going to be working where they come see you? Now, he's looking at Petey right now.
Yeah, because Petey tells me where I am.
Marty does the same thing for me. Where am I next week?
Where am I going, Petey?
Friday night will be
Here,
Gunpowder.
I know where
go ahead. Where are you going to be?
Friday night will be on the 5th. We'll be at the Gunpowder Marina.
Okay, that's good.
VFW?
See, we're having a...
See, that's why
this is fabulous.
Petey runs this thing.
That's right.
It's the Gunpowder VFW.
All right. I think we have a caller already. Look at that. And wasn't that quick? All right. Who do we have on the phone?
This is Tammy.
Tammy?
Yes.
How are you, Tammy?
Hi. I wanted to say hello to Charlie L.
Well, go ahead, honey. You talk to him.
I recognize your voice. You sound very familiar to me.
It sounds familiar because we're related.
Oh. In fact...
That's my lovely
Hi,
daughter.
Dad. How are you?
Hi, baby. I knew I got a fan out there.
Yes. Oh, we're all listening in the car. Emma says hello.
Oh, great.
She loved hearing it. She wanted to know if Petey was going to sing, too.
No.
Listen, we had a hard time getting Petey to talk.
I don't sing.
I had to really... I don't know. How did we finally get her to talk? Because she said, my jaws are locked up. I can't talk.
That's the first time I've ever saw Petey or heard Petey say that she couldn't talk.
I know. Usually she's not shy on words, is she?
No. She just talks to everybody.
Well, Tammy, aren't you proud of your dad?
I am. I'm very proud of my dad.
I'm proud of him.
He sounded wonderful, and you sounded wonderful.
How'd you like Johnny Tillotson?
We like him.
Oh, good.
We love him.
He's got some great songs, huh?
He does.
All right. Well, you're going to have to come see us, darling.
As Ronnie, Tammy, did I ever tell you that Ronnie Dove looked out for me?
He looks out for you all the time, doesn't he?
He sure does. I love him to death.
Well, Tammy, thank you for the call, honey.
Thank you.
We're gonna have to say goodnight.
See you, baby. We love you.
All righty. We love you, too.
We're going to have to say goodnight right now. And,
love you, Emma.
Gary?
Hello.
Hey, buddy. You didn't get to talk too much tonight.
Oh, that's okay. I was all talked out.
Oh, were you? Anyway, I have a little something I'd like to say to close our show with. Do something nice for somebody because it's going to make you feel better, and it'll make them feel better, and you'll be a nice person for it.
All right, then give me your wallet.
And, no,
I'm sorry.
I'm not talking about.
I messed it up. I'm sorry.
All right. Anyway, do something for somebody. You'll feel better. And Gary, thank you, darling. We love you, buddy. You're a great, great host.
See you next week.
All right.
I like that old time rock and roll.
The Ronnie Dove Show.